Hello and welcome to Gaming Reviews. Today we're looking at a little space shooter that follows the charm and tradition of the old school space shooters and goes under the name of Asteroid Bounty Hunter. It provides a nostalgic experience, and those who thoroughly enjoy this kind of shooter will find plenty of ground to explore. So let's find out why you would want to play Asteroid Bounty Hunter. So for those who are not really into this kind of shooter, I think it will be difficult to get into the spirit of space shooters. Especially when we're talking about the old formula of bombastic sceneries with tons of gadgets and obstacles to deal with, in addition to a swarm of enemies all at the same time. However, it is a fresh comeback for the veterans of space shooters such as Space Invaders or Asteroids from 1979 or even Xenon 2. All very old games that set the tradition for this genre. One of the first great things of the game are its graphics and the sound, where it puts us back in the tone of the old days, while still giving us a modern looking style that combines 2D elements with 3D objects. The backgrounds in particular are beautiful to look at and are ever evolving. Secondly, one of the most important things for a space shooter has been taken care of. The visual effects of the gunfights and the explosions are extremely convincing and help to add a lot of dynamism to the scene. Now onto the gameplay. It's by far the best part of the game. You get to fight 5 unique bosses that can each be encountered after 5 levels of shooting asteroids and enemies, adding up for a total of 25 levels that do become increasingly more difficult. You'll notice right away that there are many options to set the bar for the difficulty in each specific level, such as allowing pauses or not between asteroids and enemies, deciding their overall health, and even letting the game know whether you want them like all smashed together, which creates this one hell of a nightmarish difficulty to deal with. However, it doesn't come without a reward, obviously, because the harder it gets, the more experience you get for destroying asteroids. That experience can then be spent in upgrades for your ships, such as the strength of your shields and the destructible power of your power-ups, but also global upgrades that increase the damage and durability in general. You have the choice between 5 ships that can be unlocked as you progress through the levels, that will each have more damage and shorter cooldowns. And about the power-ups, those are probably the most commendable feature of the game, as they are surprisingly well balanced and complementary, with each one having their destructible role. Their addition made the game tense, interesting, and they will more than often save you from last-second situations that would otherwise prove fatal. Shortly said, I can already recommend Bounty Hunter, if not only for all these great additions, but it has one big missed opportunity, and that's its story. The story, simply said, is god-awful.
Damn, a drunk. A savage. A good-for-nothing. And I couldn't argue. You'd be right. Down to the very last word. Life is just a ride. And it's a good ride, as long as I'm driving. This beauty, my love, the only goddamn thing I still treasure. Meet Karma. I've named her after my dog. No romantic story there.
It's so basic and so childish that I could have written this script in one evening. In fact, it's so empty and so dull that you could skip the entire story and have a better experience by doing so. It's literally 5 times over, oh, I see the next boss, let's kill him. That's all it amounts to. If you strip down all of the unnecessary dialogue that is completely useless and uninteresting. That's what it boils down to. 5 times over, hey, I see the next boss, let's kill him.
Charge the shields fast. An old friend is collecting a debt. Full power to the thrusters. Maybe we can outmaneuver him next to those black holes. Karma, charge the lasers. We are in for a ride. Put the course in for her position. She's not getting away. Put all power to the engines. This is our only chance.
Now don't get me wrong, you know, I haven't seen many space shooters that try to incorporate a story other than the goal of having to defeat the biggest badass boss in the galaxy, which is what it should really be recommended for, and is a step in the right direction for future space shooters, but the story that's here is just terrible. Also, the music available by default really puts Asteroid Bounty Hunter completely out of its context and almost feels like a crappy jukebox playing pop songs. You can, however, change the music. You can add your own music to it, which is a great feature and makes this very thing just a little less painful. Just don't add music in your space shooters if you're gonna make some in the future, because that kind of music simply doesn't work and it doesn't add any value to the game. Lastly, the battles do get a little bit excessive sometimes when you're combining all the visual effects with the background planets, which makes it nearly impossible at times to see where your ship is located, causing you to bump into thousands of things without you being able to do anything about it. You can luckily disable the background planets, which makes it a little bit easier to discern one thing from another. I would also have liked to see a little bit more substance in the customization, because right now all you can do is upgrade your powers, but you can't really customize your own ship, not even change the colors or something like that. How about new guns and rockets and all that stuff, being able to change that? Something as simple as that could have added more depth to the mechanics of the game and would have made you feel more personalized towards your ship than you can do now. Also, on a small note, I'm not sure whose English was consulted here, but there are quite a lot of grammatical errors in the help section of this game. I mean, how difficult can it be to get somebody who knows a little bit of advanced English? In overview, Asteroid Bounty Hunter doesn't strive innovation. It's still a very repetitive trial and error game, but its core fundamentals are solid and at least bring back a good portion of nostalgic gameplay that feels fair and worth it. So at the price of $7.99 and the amount of hours you're gonna get from playing the game, I can currently put it at a 7 out of 10. Simply said, ditch the story, add your own music, and use the power-ups to your advantage to claim your place in the galaxy. This was Gaming Reviews, and I will see you in the next review.